Good morning, YouTube world. Bright and early, isn't it, this morning? I actually have to drop my son off at school today, and my back is giving me effing hell. It's so sore, I'm telling you. You know, sometimes I think that maybe I dream that this pain is so bad, but then when I get up out of bed I realise that it's just as bad as what I think it is. You know, and I've been watching a few other people on YouTube that have got pain that describe it like mine, and they seem like they don't have a great deal of pain, but to be honest, if I go on what they tell me they are, they're in just as bad pain as myself. All I want to do is rock, and I've actually only come out to toilet this beautiful creature, so I'll be back with you guys soon. Oh my lordy lordy, so things have changed. I've moved from the backyard to the front yard. So Miss Bambi, hang on, can super guard the house. Goodness me. So I'm just having another sip of McCafe. Lovely. So obviously it was a delivery guy, but unfortunately, hold with me for a minute. Oh my God, Father. All this just for looks, I tell you. I do love the colour of my hair though. It does look nice, doesn't it? But my daughter says she's not going outside with me looking like this, so I'm going to get a burgundy and put a rich burgundy through it instead. So I might actually send her down the road to get it for me, but anyway, we'll do that later. So where was I? That's right, I think I was talking about my son's camp I'd spoken about. I'm actually sitting down now, and I have to note, excuse me, I had to rub the eye. I can't hold all three things at once, the phone, the coffee and the leash. I'm sitting on one of those plastic chairs now, and the pain has sort of subsided slightly. It's probably about a 7 or an 8. You've probably saw me rocking standing up before, but rocking doesn't really help that much. I suppose it's when you're doing another motion and not sitting or standing, or sitting or standing and thinking about the pain. When you're doing something else, it's your brain, that motion takes your brain away from the actual pain. I think that's what's happening, the redirection of something. Because when a child's naughty, you redirect them to do something else, which is good. So redirection is a good thing, it works. It's like positive reinforcement. You tell a child, or you get a child to do something else that is on a positive note. And it's on a positive note, brain fog from the Lyrica. On a positive note, so if you put all three together, it's a good learning curve. So I wish you could see. I'm hoping I'm getting a shot of Bambi in there. If I don't, this will be quite interesting. I'm going to look back at it when I review it. So I'll face the camera up again, and you can sort of see there are clouds in the distance. Hoo-wee. So I don't know. Honestly, and I'm going from subject to subject, and my big sister and I do the same thing. When we talk for like 8 hours, but we discuss everything that could possibly be discussed, and it's usually straight after the one topic, or we stray off the topic and we get back to the same topic again later on. Truly amazing. I don't know. That's when you know you've got a true friendship. That's when you know you've got true love from a family member. And I've known her longer than I've known my daughter and my husband. So this is a friend that, oops, hang on a sec, I've got to pause again. Okay, that was quick as a diffie, I believe. think I've mentioned in previous videos that my brother-in-law used to come and sit outside on our front porch when he was visiting during the Commonwealth Games. Looking forward to the World Cup too, guys and girls. Because my niece is playing again in the Netball World Cup. That family will, I tell you, deserve a medal. So, what else is there to talk about? How's about commenting on what you'd like to know about me? And within reason, I will answer those questions. So shortly I'll put a tweet out, and that tweet will be about asking me questions that you would like to know. And within reason, of course, I'll answer those questions in another video. So, I've got to talk for at least another 5 minutes so that Bambi at least gets some time out here. I'll tune in on her then for a little bit. Oh yeah, you can see her. Where is she? There she is, right there. Ding-ling-a-ling. Bambi alert, Bambi alert, Bambi alert. You know, going back 3 years when I was working, before this actual incident happened, I used to walk her around the complex when I used to get home. So this is when my daughter moved in. So, hang on, who's that? Don't even think about it. She perks up like that, that means she's going to bark. Don't you think about it, kiddo, doggo. So when I used to come home, even if it was like a late shift, so that meant finishing at 7:30, I used to come home, and because the complex is actually locked up, I used to walk around the complex between 6 to 10 times. So when she moved in, I used to take her with me. I was getting her to the stage where she wouldn't bark, but she was still aggressive when she was first put on the lead. That was what I was working at changing. But we used to walk around, and she used to love going for that walk. But now it's been 3 years since I've been able to walk her. Now her mother did used to walk her. Her mother used to walk her when they lived at Varsity. She used to live with a housemate, and her and the housemate used to go for a walk, and they both had dogs. So it was great because during the day they'd be left to their own resources, and I can tell you now they used to have a ball. Oh, like typical puppies, but you can't leave puppies. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm telling the world about how you used to act with, what was the other dog's name? Can't remember, but I'll try. It was a beagle anyway. Oh God, they used to have fun. Lauren would get home, and sometimes she'd find toilet paper all around the house, or a stuffed toy that's been pulled apart. There was even an instance where Bambi had gotten out of her surroundings, and the person had called Alex, my husband, her dad, or grandpa. He doesn't like being called grandpa, not with other people around, so can you imagine telling the world about it? Jesus. He just doesn't comprehend, though, that people do treat their dogs as their children for their own reasons. So she's my granddoggy. But anyway, getting back to that, so they'd rang him, and without any hesitation, no hesitation, he even got in that car. He was over at his daughter's place within a shot to this particular neighbour's address to get his granddoggy back. And then he came home. I didn't even know he was gone. I said, what's Bambi doing here? He goes, well, this is what happened. I got a phone call, blah, blah, blah. And it's lucky, apparently Lauren had given, oh no, she had a tag on, that's right. The tag said his number on it, that's right. I was wondering how I got the number. So her tag read, please call my grandpa, or whatever it says in the phone number. So he got home and he said to me, well, someone rang me saying that Bambi had gotten out. So he raced over, and he did literally race over. He didn't even tell me he'd gone. And I must have been home this particular day. So while she was at work, she actually got out of the the fencing type of thing, which the housemate's boyfriend done. And he was pretty cluey. It's just that puppies are puppies. You just, Anyway, so he brought her home, and she was a gorgeous little puppy. I'll try and get some photos, and when I do have some photos, I'll put them in here. I'll have to put some music to the background. It'll be a very cheeky song. So, but yeah, so he brought her home, and then of course I text Lauren to say, look, if you get home, you find Bambi's not there. She's with us. A neighbour found her. She got out of her. But anyway, she actually only got out a few times of her environment, and that was all because she was a puppy. And puppies are puppies. You can't change puppies. They're always cheeky. They're cheeky, 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 bloody puppies. So yeah, and although the beagle never got out, but the beagle was bigger. See, beagles are bigger. Bambi is probably a very small Maltese Shih Tzu. I think her mother was the Shih Tzu, and she was fairly small. The father was the Maltese, and he was the bigger one. So he was a fairly big breed of Maltese, but she's small because her mum's small. So, and she's a beautiful dog. You know, both my husband and myself and my daughter, we all suffer anxiety. Myself, and I think my husband a little bit too, suffers from depression. Besides our injuries, his knee injury, my back injury. And she's a great therapy dog. Now, she's not a formal therapy dog, and I don't think she'd meet their criteria, but I'm waiting until her 3rd birthday, 25, 6, 7, 8. Actually, she is 3 already. This June, she turned 3. And it's only after they turn 3 years that you can really, if they're this type of breed, you can really show if they show signs of certain characteristics, then they can make a good therapy dog. Well, you've heard her barking at strangers, and that is one of the big things that they can't do. They can't just go off their head at any beck and call, because what if they're at a nursing home or at a hospital and they're actually visiting someone, and the nurse or the doctor or whoever walks in and the dog goes off its head? A big no-no. Yes, I'm talking about you, but it's a good thing I'm talking about you. They're not bad things, they're good things. Yes, talking about you being a therapy dog. But yeah, fortunately you won't make one. So, fortunately she won't make one. But the lady did say to me, wait till she turns 3, and that was probably about 1.5 years ago. Wait till she turns 3 or a little bit after 3.5, and then just sort of witness her characteristics and see if anything changes. Well, the barking has never changed. So unfortunately, no. I don't think she'd make a therapy dog, but I'm not going to lose hope. I'll give it till she's about 4. All dogs do tend to mellow down at a certain age, so you never know. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Yes, I am. But it's all good, I promise. Do you want to go inside? Bams? Bambi, you want to go inside now? Do you want to go inside? Inside? Yeah, she wants to go inside, so that's good. All right, let's go. In you go. In you go. There you go. All right, back with you, and I'm sort of glad that I'm back with you. I'm now going to go upstairs and get into bed. So, oh God, I forgot the chair, and things go disappearing around here, tell you. So if I leave that there, sugar dum diddle. And I'm just about, I've had my limit, I'm afraid, so I am going to end it there. I'm not going to let you share my voyage upstairs, because that's 15 stairs that, oh God, that's going to hurt. So take care. I will see you on the weekend. There's no doubt about that. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Just open the windows because I do like to air the house while my son is at school. So, okay, guys, girls, boys, women, men, whoever you are, thank you for tuning into my channel. If you do want to support my channel, please feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to ring my bell, and each time I do upload, I will let you know. So until then, take care, love to all, See you soon. Cheerio. I just can't get away from it. She just doesn't understand that she can't bark at people. I'll be glad to get out of this complex, to be all honest with you. When she first moved in, they gave us nothing but grief because a dog barks when it sees something new. Like when it sees a person walking, it's going to bark. It's going to make sure that it threatens them. It's giving them the impression that, sorry, don't come near my place or I'll bite you. I mean, that's what a dog does. It barks, for Christ's sake. Excuse the pun, Lord. So yeah, I was speaking about my big sister. So she's my big sister because I've known her for most of my life, longer than my daughter, for longer than my husband. And I'm telling you now, if this is a way out example, but if I was to rob a bank and I told her that I did, I could 150 trillion% trust her not to dob me in. There's no doubt about that. Look, I've done things wrong in my past. I've had to make decisions, and to make those decisions, I've had to get advice from other people, like professionals. And I've asked her as well, and she supported me with whatever I wanted to do. As long as I made an informed decision, she'd go along with whatever I wanted to do. Of course, if I said to her, I'm going to rob the bank because I need money, she'd say to me, look, here's $5. No, I'm joking. She'd say, don't you dare. Don't you dare. You do, and that's it. If I had to be that desperate, if I was that desperate to get money, she'd give me her last dollar. She'd give me the shirt off her back. She would take me in if we would need. She'd take my whole fucking family in, and I'll have to edit that F word out. She'd take the entire family in rather than to see us on the streets. She would. That's how much of a friendship I have, and that's why I call her my big sister. You don't hear that a lot in Australia, the siren in the background, but I have a subscriber that is in New York City, and quite often I will hear sirens going off in the background when she's making a video. So obviously they need either a lot of help in New York City, or they have a lot of bad stuff happen. Look, being America and being the fact that they're a huge country, a huge continent, of course they're going to have a larger crime rate than any other country in the world. They're a big country, I tell you. But yeah, so what else can we talk about? And yes, I am rocking because I'm trying to take my mind off the pain, because I really want to get this video finished. But I don't want to have to, pardon me, go inside after 5 minutes, because I want Bambi to be able to have at least a better look outside. So I'm going to sit down again in a minute when I finish my latte, and then I'll keep chatting. So just give me about 5 minutes of your time and I'll be back with you very shortly. Again, I'm back again. She is so naughty. I have to get the bark collar back out. It's a collar that will actually spray citronella. Listen to her. I'll be back again, sorry. I'm back again, looking just as bad as I did in the first video. So, yes, I'm sitting outside because I have to toilet Bambi, and it's not a very good look out here, is it? You've got the PowerPoint for the aircon. Here's the tea. I had to drop Porter off this morning to school because I had to hand in his medication sheets for the Year 6 camp, or trip away. So I had no choice, I had to go, and I couldn't send my daughter or my husband because, I don't know, I'm funny as a mum. I need to make sure they've got it, you know, and they're all filled in correctly. So, and they're understood basically. So if the office staff could understand it, then obviously the teachers will be able to understand my writing. And I make sure of this because sometimes I say things, but they're misinterpreted. And I don't blame the person interpreting the information. It's actually myself because of all the medication that I'm on. it tends to come out a different way. You have to excuse me, my back is so sore. And because I've probably had, I don't know, maybe I got 2 to 3 hours sleep last night because of the pain. But the day before, what I did is I came straight home from dropping Buffett off. Hang on a sec, sorry, it just takes my breath away. And I want to show you these videos so that people out there know and can feel the pain with me because of the interpretation that I give of it. Where was I? So I came home yesterday, had to sleep for 3.5 hours, and I felt okay afterwards because I had sort of caught up on my sleep. Oh, like it's the lower back. And the leg, my right leg is getting weaker and weaker to the extent where I sort of now have to pull my pants, my leg pants, to help get it in the car. So I'd say the nerve impingements have gotten worse, definitely. I may even have some more prolapse discs, I don't know. But I will find out next week. Next week is the MRI. I think it's highly unlikely that I'm going to actually get in earlier. Oh, God. Oh, please, Lord, give me the strength. Give me the strength. Holy volley. It's a nice day though on the coast. It's blue skies all the way. Oh no, sorry, I can see a couple of clouds up there. So my son leaves on Monday for the 3-day trip, 2 nights, 3 days. I'm so anxious about that as well, but he is so looking forward to it. It's his very first trip away. To be honest with you, he hasn't even had sleepovers. Something happened to me as a child that my husband and I are probably over conscious about, and oh God, hang on, and probably more and more, what am I trying to say? Sorry, the pain is bad. The pain is bad. I've gone straight upstairs to bed after this. Something happened as a child, and I'll get into that story in another video because that will be quite a lengthy video. And his father and myself are very overconscious of the environments that we put him into, and things can happen. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter whether he's at school, at a friend's place. It doesn't matter whether he's at home. We don't really have strangers that come into the home, and when we do have family, we trust them. We have to trust them otherwise, because what happened to me can happen to anybody, whether it be kid, adult, teenager, you name it. It can happen to anybody, and it can happen anywhere, even in the home environment, and it can be a family friend that the family think they trust, but in the end they figure it out and they can't trust them, as was the case with me. So, sorry, this is going to be a very short video today. I'm going upstairs to have a snooze and hopefully wake up in 3 hours' time when my pain is not as bad. I have to go and see the doctor about that lump on my nose, God's sake. Anyway, so yeah, so he's going on a school camp, 2 nights, 3 days. We're struggling to really accept that this is what there's nothing else we can do but to prepare him for something that may happen. And if it does happen, so help me God, I tell you. Look, we wouldn't let him go unless we were adamant that he's pretty safe and he's prepared. So if something was going to happen, then all measures have been taken. So, and I know about the accommodation, I know about where it is, I know about who's actually going to be in his room, and if that changes, they're going to give me a call. The school have been so accommodating, very accommodating. They understand my predicament. They understand that if any type of change happens to his environment or to himself, they will call me at that given time and I will make the decision for them. So that's what I mean. They've been super duper accommodating. it still may not be enough to protect him. But the thing is, we can't shelter him for the rest of his life. Sooner or later, we have to be able to trust that he has the knowledge to help prevent things from happening. But even then, there's no 100% assurity. So just excuse me while I take a sip of my coffee, which my daughter bought for me this morning. Having no money is crushing me. But the thing is, gone from one topic to the next, but the thing is, I have made sure that whatever I do have, and it's very little, believe me, is safe where it is. And I'm not going to one day think, oh, it's raining, I'm going to go shopping, I'm going to splurge, because we're very close to moving into our new home. We're probably 3 months off it, which I'm very excited about. Oh wow, look at that. I'm a godly figure. Oh, the rays are shining down on me. I feel like Miranda sings, and I was involved in the Immaculate Conception. God has chosen me to be the mother of his son. Wow, but what a character, eh? Miranda sings. She's definitely a character. I love Colleen Ballinger. I love her to death. Her whole family is just beautiful. I recently found out that her brother had a cochlear implant, and I recently found out too that her mother caught an infection which transmitted to the unborn child. That would be terrible. It would be so hard to overcome something like that that's happened, wouldn't it? It would be so difficult. But I'm telling you now, I totally understand Colleen's predicament, and I am so thankful that she is still doing her meet and greets. I think we're all very lucky, because I'm telling you now, if that was me up there, I would not be doing any meet and greets. If that was a risk that I would have to get over, or come over, or come across, or do you know what I mean out there, then I don't think I'd be doing anything. But she's committed to what she's doing. When their baby boy is born, she can at least say that she continued to work up until when she was born, and she didn't put Bubby at risk. And anyone out there that thinks anything else of it, I tell you, you've not had a child, quite honestly. You do anything. You know, when a woman reaches a certain age and she gets pregnant, there are certain tests that she has to have. And I don't know this because I've done it. I know it because I've had friends that have had to do it. There's always a risk, and you have to have these tests because you want to be able to prepare for the birth of your child, no matter what happens to them, inside the fetus or outside. So just excuse me for a moment. Oh boy, this has taken me every effort. But I've just been given notification that I can head on in to the hospital. I'm going to be admitted over the weekend, and sometime within that period they're going to give me my MRI. And because I can't lay down for that long because of my pain, and because of other stuff like claustrophobia, I will be put under or asleep. It's what you call a twilight sedation to have the MRI done, because they've got to do it from the neck to right below the back, to the backside basically. So just wanted to update you all. I wanted to date my big sis too, because I probably won't have time to ring her, but yet I've got time to make this video. But you know, obligations I've got to meet. So, and targets. All right, we'll explain myself a little bit further about these targets once I get into hospital and all admitted, etc, etc. We'll see you all again soon. Until then, you know what I do. Mwah!